Good morning, you guys. I want to do an update on the ICBM, and also I'm going to go ahead and include a dream that I had about Florida, since I'll be talking about Florida. And this dream is like 7 days ago. Um, it took me a while to kind of put it all together and get the revelations. But as far as this um, ICMB or BM, whatever. Um, there was a news story today that came out, and apparently the Trident missile system, um, its logo is in orange. Okay, you guys, and I believe that Theresa May was in all orange and during the interview for the BBC, or either she was in all orange when she was speaking to Parliament. But very long story short, she that defense uh, missile system submarine fired a nuclear missile, um, and I think it was, yeah, a nuclear missile test fired, and it was supposed to be headed towards Africa, but it actually ended up heading towards Florida, and CNN knew about it, but and it self detonated. CNN knew about it. Um, the American the Americans knew about it, but the British people didn't know about it because she was keeping a secret. Not only her, what's this dude's name? Michael Fallon. So they knew about it, but and it happened back in June of 2016, but it wasn't reported on until yesterday or Sunday. Um, because they were trying to get refunding, and the British people, they pay for this defense system basically, and they went before Parliament to get a renewal for this Trident defense missile system, and they got it approved, but they didn't disclose the the misfire that almost hit Florida. Y'all, that is deep, and I didn't know that, and I just was listening, and something made me pay attention and actually look at the news article, because at the time this morning I had it just plugged in my ears. Y'all, that's dirty. Anyway, this Theresa May, UK Prime Minister, she has been deemed to be World War III happy. So um, I think we need to keep an eye on her. Um, Also, you guys, there was a dream that I had, like I said, about 7 days ago, and it struck me as kind of odd, and I didn't get the full revelation of most of the things until just until like Sunday. So the dream was I was in Florida, and there was this wall of sizzling fire that I just knew swept across the whole United States, and we were standing at the the panhandle of Florida, and we were at the edge of the earth. Like, this thing came all the way across the nation, and I just felt like we were at this fire had just destroyed everything in the nation, and we were standing. We were in this apartment building or something. Me, my mom. I had a 1 year old child. I had a 4 month old child. These aren't my kids, and my son was there, and all of a sudden we saw this wall of fire just behind us, and somebody came in and told us we had 30 minutes to get our clothes and head out. So I grabbed some clothes, like winter, summer, just a mix of clothes. I told my son to grab a mix of clothes. My mom just, we were all digging in the drawers and in the closets, and I just knew I didn't see the kids, the 1 year old and the 4 month old, but I know these kids were with me. So we all get out the house, and we go outside in like this parking lot. There are only a few people, basically a remnant of people, and we went outside into this parking lot, and they there were supposed to be buses that were coming to pick us up. Now, with the whole country being burned, I don't know where we were going, because when we went out to this parking lot, I could actually see the seashore. And like I said, I was on the bottom part of Florida, the Panhandle. So these buses, we were all standing outside. Buses were coming in, going through a loop, just whipping through a loop. This one lady who was in charge was calling out names. She called out a name by a girl by the name of LaRonda. That's one of my Facebook friends, but I don't really talk to her. And a couple other people. She was just picking people. And at one point I was thinking, okay, these fires are behind us and they're coming. And this lady knows that I have these two kids, these two babies with me, and she's picking like single people. So I was kind of frustrated. And in my mind, I was thinking, one, these fires are behind me, so I'll just jump in the water if I have to. And then for whatever reason, I was just standing still. I was all of a sudden impatient, and just confident, or I felt reassured that I would eventually get on one of these buses. So in real life, you guys, I was listening to Paul Begley. And, a long time ago, you guys, I had a vision of two men in black. It was an open flash vision early one morning. And then the same day, Paul Begley was talking about he was being visited by the NSA. So, long story short, a sister redirected me to one of his interviews. And this is like the fifth or sixth visit that he's had from the NSA. And long story short, he disclosed the fact that a police officer told him that there were like quarantined, walled areas in each city that people would be taken to if there was ever some type of like FEMA, some type of national disaster, like which would require like the aid of FEMA or something. So it made me think about that. Also, 30 in the Strong's Concordance means vessel. So I don't know if that means that we were the vessels, as we are the container for the Holy Spirit, or the buses that were coming were going to be the aid that just took us away to safety. I don't know. But I know we had 30 minutes to get out of there. Also, you guys, there's this show called The Hunted on CBS, the Big Brother, Big Brother. And I watched it on Sunday. I don't typically watch TV, but I watched it on Sunday. And basically, these are fake criminals, and they have an hour and 30 minutes for time to get away from this team of surveillance and drones and dogs, and they are hunted, and if they're not found, then they won this big prize. That's a long story short, but it's a real big promotion of the NSA, of spying, of Big Brother, and I don't like it, just long story short. But one of their themes is, could you disappear? Could you disappear? Like, could you disappear? So I thought it was interesting, because in real life, when I had the dream, I did see these FedEx trucks. This FedEx truck just whipped around this thing like it did in the dream. This entrance of a neighborhood. It just whipped up real fast. And also the same day, I heard a news story saying that they would have flying buses. They would make them... they would test them out sometime this year in 2017. Okay? So anyway, I just heard that, and I thought it was interesting, because I saw the buses whip around like the FedEx van, and also I knew that there were buses coming, and I didn't know how we would get out of there. So I think it's a testament that the Lord's going to be our salvation. Also, there was a verse 2 read. I'm going to leave the chapters below of the scriptures. But one of the scriptures said that the Lord will burn the chariots with fire. It made me think of an Exodus type situation. And also, be still and know that I am God. I really felt that sense. I wasn't antsy. I wasn't anxious in the dream. I know I had to just be patient and literally stand still and wait to be delivered out of that situation. So I thought that was interesting. It really clicked when I heard those verses read. I think that's it, you guys. I will leave the verses below. I'll leave the name of the stories below. But I think that's real interesting that I think if we do have some type of NASA FEMA situation, there are cameras all over. We have cameras here that they were supposed to be traffic surveillance when they put up the new traffic lights, but they're still there. And I don't think they're ever coming down. I've heard stories about, those cameras are there just in case we have a national disaster and they know the amount of people that are coming in and out of the city. So stay encouraged. There is whatever disasters. Oh, also Isaiah 4:7 talks about Babylon falling and burning with fire. So the Lord will be our Redeemer. He said, stand still and know that I am God. In Exodus, he said, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. And I really believe that we don't have anything to worry about, but judgment is coming. Okay? God bless y'all. I'm going to try to keep this short. I'll come back with any more updates later on. Okay?